the our stars, Amu and Raghu, and their actions. So yeah, I mean, we have a pet, a lab, Master Shifu. So I think for us at Sikya, so I mean, for us, for the first time we have discovered a connection between different nature. I mean, for us, I mean, when I see Shifu or Raghu and Amu, there are so many similarities. So it's just bizarre. And I mean, I think the resonation and that love has been throughout the world with the fan art, the fan art that we have seen. So yeah, a lot more in love with baby elephants now.
Guys, I'd like you to give a round of applause to the team of Sikya Entertainment. The entire team.
Thank you. They're all here. Can you
They're
guys
all
stand
here.
up? Just stand up.
I beg your pardon. I take up two people's places, and it's a limited stage, so we couldn't call everybody on stage. But we want to respect you. We want to honor you. So just thank you very much,
Our
Team
DOP is
Sikya.
here. Our DOP is
Yeah, we'll
Great
introduce you
Patricia.
to them later, one by one. But right now, just another round of applause, Team Sikya. Thank you.
Thank you so much, so much. Means the most.
Kartiki, let's do a rewind. Your first ever meeting. I mean, I am absolutely stunned. I just had a 5-minute interaction with Bowman and Belly. Just wanted to, get to know them. And they're so beautiful and pure. Your first meeting with Bowman and Belly. Tell us about how that went.
Well, to begin with, I actually grew up in the Nilgiri Mountains, and I was driving on my way back from Ooty to Bangalore to pack my things and come back home. And that's when I saw baby Raghu, and he was just 3 months old at the time, and he had his his trunk wrapped around Bowman's arm, and they were walking off to the side of the road. I was hanging out of the car, which I shouldn't have been doing, but then I actually pulled the car over to the side, and I jumped out and I went and joined them. We went down to the river for a bath, and that's when Raghu ran in full speed into the river. Never seen a baby elephant run so fast. He ran in and he pretty much looked like a baby helicopter. His trunk was being thrown around all directions, and that's when I really started to notice that you had this tiny little elephant calf that was so extremely vulnerable. And that made me question why this calf was with a human being, because you had these two species here and you had this beautiful, unique bond that they share. And I think that sort of led me forward to think about I think about why this little young calf was with a human being, and that's when I realized that the Asian elephants were endangered, and that there were only about 35,000 to 40,000 of them left. And here we had baby Raghu, who was actually directly involved with how climate change was playing out, because his mother had wandered into a nearby herd. She and her herd had wandered into a nearby village in search of food and water, and that's how she got electrocuted and died. So I think the entire process of how that happened just wanted me to help protect elephants and to document this beautiful sacred bond that they shared. And it's soon after that that I actually come across Belly, because she was back and doing a lot of the housework at that point. So I didn't know she existed. It was something that unraveled over time. And it really just started out with the beautiful connection that I shared with baby Raghu and Bowman at the time. And that's how this journey came into being. And I also wanted to just go ahead and also focus on indigenous people, because we had Bowman, and after just talking to him for so many hours, I realized that they had this beautiful connection with the space that they lived in. And that's something that I also wanted to bring out to the forefront. And that's how this entire journey began.
That's lovely. Just before they went off to the Oscars, I was lucky enough to do a Zoom session with Guneet as well as Kartiki. And I was stunned to know that there was 450 hours of footage. 450 hours of footage shot by them. And that had to be encapsulated into a 40-minute film. Now that is a superhuman effort. And I think that itself deserves an Oscar, which is wonderful. But what I loved is this delicate footage of the forest and nature. It looked as though you were truly trying to capture the soul of the animals and the people who were living there. So in that aspect, the journey of the Elephant Whisperers, and you as director and cinematographer, the steps that you consciously took to make us feel we're part of Bowman, Ellie, Raghu, Amu's world.
Having grown up in the same space, I experienced the beauty that the place had to offer right from a very young age. And that's something that I really wanted to showcase to the world. I wanted people to immerse into their life and to be able to experience all the different animals that were around. And in fact, we would we would actually head out, and I think Krish, who's here in the audience right there, he was on this journey from the very beginning, and we would head out and go out at 4 a.m. in the morning, and we'd head off into the forest. We'd try to record in the most beautiful light. And yeah, that's how it all evolved. We would spend lots of hours out in the wilderness and capturing the beauty of the place. I think it's really important to showcase a place in all its beauty. And we had that right where we were in this documentary.
Lovely.